welcome to my channel. This is my first soiree into BookTube. So if you found this channel because you follow my other channel, welcome. I'm so happy that you followed me over here. If you are new here, my name is Gemma. I'm in my 30s. I am a mum of 2 teenagers, and I really wanted to start creating more content about books, but it doesn't really fit with my other channel, so I thought, why not start a channel completely dedicated to books and to reading. It was actually my almost 16-year-old daughter who introduced me to BookTube, because she enjoys watching those 24-hour straight readathon videos. I won't be doing that on this channel, okay? Like I say, I'm a woman in her 30s. One of my hobbies is napping. It would look something like this if I tried to do a 24-hour reading challenge. I don't think anybody wants to watch a video of me sleeping. So today, for the first video, we are going to be doing a book haul. I've promised myself that I'm not going to be buying any more books. We will see. We'll see how that works out. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment down below, introduce yourself, tell me what kind of books you are interested in. Any recommendations, always welcome. So the first book I have is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I am obsessed with Madeline Miller at the minute. I just finished reading Circe last month, and oh my gosh, I loved that book so much. This book is obviously Greek mythology. It's based around the story of Achilles and his journey to war in Troy. I love the writing style of Madeline Miller. This book had great reviews. I think this one was written before Circe, so I'm very excited to get into this one. The next one is The Paper Palace by Miranda Cowley Heller. I've not heard of this book before I bought it, and it was one of those it's on offer, so let's try it kind of books. And I've already finished this one. This is definitely going to fall into the didn't like book. It's basically about a woman, and she's married, but she's in love with her childhood best friend. That's how it's sold to you on the blurb anyway. When you go into it, I didn't think it lived up to the blurb. I thought it was something quite different, but we're going to go into that, so if you want to hear more on that, stick around for that video. Next up, we have Babel by K.F. Kwang. Now, I have heard so much about this book. It is colonialism meets magic. It falls into the fantasy category. Again, a lot of good reviews for this book online. One of the criticisms of it is that it can sometimes feel like it's a bit written like in more of an essay style than a novel. And I know my daughter, when we got this, she actually started to read it because she was really excited, and she got about 30 pages in, and she said that, yeah, it definitely felt more academic in places, so she decided to wait until maybe in the summer to try and read this when she could really get into it. But I'm excited to read this, but it does seem like quite a heavy read. Next up, we have River Sing Me Home by Eleanor Shearer. So this book is based around slavery and the abolition of slavery in the 1800s. It follows the story of Rachel, who gave birth to 5 children as a slave, and all 5 of those children got sold on to different plantations within the Caribbean. And after slavery is abolished, it's her journey to go and try and find all of her children. Yeah, I've heard really good things about this. I think this is going to be one of those that you kind of devour within a couple of days. Next up, we have Wayward by Amelia Hart. This is about a bloodline of witches, and honestly that is one of my favourite genres to read in. I love reading about witches. So we have 3 women from the same family, and we follow their stories and see how they're intertwined and interlinked. So we have a character set in the modern day, we have the 1940s and in the 1600s, and they all live on the same property. So it's a story about 3 strong women who don't fit into normal societal standards. I think it's going to be one of those books that actually the characters are really relatable. Well, I hope it is anyway. So on the back it says, they tried to cage us, but a wayward woman belongs to the wild. We cannot be tamed. And I love that. I love books with strong female characters in them. Next Next up we have, if I can get it to focus, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This is the one I'm currently reading, and so far I love this. I love this book so much. So we follow the life of Addie. She was born in 1700s in France, and she doesn't want to fit in. She doesn't want to do the traditional things that women did and get married and have kids, and she ends up making a deal with a dark god to grant her immortality, but the condition of that is that no one will ever remember her, and she can't tell anybody what her real name is. And so for hundreds of years she's going around the world. You know, she can never develop friendships, never develop relationships, and I guess that would be quite a lonely existence. So the blurb says, so begins the invisible life of Addie LaRue, shadow muse to artists throughout history, forgotten friend, confidant and lover, slipping away with the morning light. Addie passes through lives, desperate only to leave a trace of herself, until the day she walks back into a small bookshop in Manhattan and meets Henry, who remembers her. After 300 years, Addie's life is restarting, but the devil never plays fair. As Henry and Addie's lives start to intertwine, they must face the consequences of the decisions they've made and the prices to be paid. Now I know that this is one of those TikTok books that is everywhere, everyone's read this, so I'm kind of late to the party, but just started reading it. So far, really love it. Last but not least, this is a non-fiction book that I impulsively picked up when I took my kids book shopping. So this is Witches, The History of Persecution by Nigel Cawthorne. And yeah, it just examines the hysteria around you know, the witch trials, what exactly happened, the religious element of it all. I just thought that this would be a really interesting read, and I'm a sucker for a history book. So those are the books that I've picked. Oh wait, no, we also got The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. This was actually my daughter that picked this one up for her to read, but I think that I'm going to give this one a read as well, because I think this is one of those ones that lots of people read when they were younger, but I never did. So that's also, I don't think I'm going to get any more, but I'm not making any promises. I don't normally buy this many books a month because I don't really read this many books a month, and what I don't want to end up with is 1,000 books on my TBR. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed this video, please stick around. I'll be making these book content videos every single week. Hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, introduce yourself, let me know who you are, what kind of books you're into, and I will see you guys